elected in those two stations, I think I am that candidate that those stakeholders are looking for. I do not shy away from work.
Okay, thank you, and I wish you well.
Thank you,
my lady.
Commissioner.
Thank you very much. You've answered quite a bit on the other issues. I'm aware you are now in the prosecution section.
Yes.
But you are very close cousins with the other state councils.
Yes.
You also worked in the AG's office some other time. I'm asking you, what can you tell us about the situation where the state councils fail to represent Kenya in the case of the Somalia, yet our military sometimes is expected to put their own lives on the line? But your cousins in the AG's office fail to actually appear in court.
Well, Commissioner, first I would wish to highlight the fact that I am not fully conversant with the facts leading to their absence, but I would say this of the absence. Where council as a matter that has been minuted to them, it is the duty of that council to ensure that brief is attended to, and there cannot be excuses about it. So that if then they did not attend to the matter and you are required to do so, then that is a case that calls for questioning what exactly led to that. Was it a case of dereliction of duty or pure assumption that all was well, only for Kenya to end up losing in the dispute?
Calling as a prosecutor, you lead a team?
Yes, I do.
Mm-hmm. So what are the demonstrable attributes of leadership which you have and you are bringing on board if you are successful?
Thank you, Commissioner. I would describe myself as a team player, number one, which is a very key attribute when you have a team of people that you are leading. First of all, as a leader, you should be able to accommodate difference in opinion from members of your team. Understand where each of those members is coming from, and then find a common ground of how you can work as a team. That is one of the attributes. The second one, I am not one person who is quick to passing judgment about people and their inadequacies. Before I make a decision about any of my team members, I have to get to the root of the matter and understand what would make one not do that which is expected of them as and when it's expected to be done. So that is another strength that I come with. The third strength as a leader that I would bring to the table is this: I lead an open door policy. Open door policy in the sense that if as a team leader any of my members feels they have a concern that they need to raise, I am not that person who says book appointments. You simply walk into my office, tell me what it is, and then I deal with that situation.
Thank you, CJ.
Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you, Honorable CJ. Mr. Muteti.
Yes, Commissioner.
Please tell us some of the ways, if you're successful, you will put in place to ensure that wellness is taken care of for yourself and the team that you'll be leading.
Wellness. Thank you. Commissioner, one of the reform initiatives that I think one could adopt in a station is having what I would call champions in respect of wellness. Persons who can act as mentors to others, persons who can deal with issues of counseling if they're in a position to do so, or you as a team leader inviting councillors to speak to your staff on matters wellness. Number two, develop a work schedule that also brings about work-life balance. Because again, that is a big challenge in public service, where people work all the time of their life, they have no time for themselves. That causes certain complications. So for purposes of wellness, that would be something that I would encourage, that people manage time effectively and allocate themselves also time to be able to remain fit. The other thing I would encourage is the utilization of the facilities that the institution has availed. For example, a wellness check for everybody in my team. If you have a policy that covers that, why is it not being utilized? And I believe largely because the staff are either not aware or they are not even sensitized on the need to do so. That's something that I would prioritize.
Good. I like that you've talked about work-life balance, and I hope you will not find yourself in a situation where you have to carry work home if you're successful again. But maybe you could tell us if you found yourself in a situation where you have conflicting deadlines, you have a lot of a heavy workload that you have to complete. How would you go about it?
Well, I think the first measure I would take is, first of all, creating time outside official working hours. Say, for instance, if you are expected to start court at 8 or 9, the hours before, you can utilize an hour or two. Later in the afternoon, once you are done with your court work, again, you could spare yet another hour or two to be able to catch up with whatever is pressing. Why do I say so? If you took, for example, 2 hours a day, 14 days, you would realize that translates into a whole day and to you as an officer. So it is just a question of being innovative in the approach that you take, ensuring that you don't keep matters pending when you can actually dispose of them, basically avoiding unnecessary adjournments. That's something that I would also embrace.
Okay.
Yes.
Delegation, is delegation part